Hey guys, welcome to another video. Well, in this video, I thought of explaining about IAM policies in detail, because in my last couple of videos, I have explained about users, groups, and roles. So basically, all these three entities will connect to the policies, okay? And the policies is nothing but a group of rules or group of permissions which you're applying to the respective identity so that the respective identities will connect to the respective resources based on the permissions and policies. So in order to see it in a just a quick diagram, I can show it to you. So say for example, this is users. Okay, one moment. So this is users, and this is groups, and this is, for example, roles. Okay, so this is users, and this is groups, and this is roles. Okay, so in order to connect to any resources, you have to attach a policy. This is very important. So if you attach a respective policy, then you can connect to the respective resources. It's as simple as it is. Okay, now if you don't give any policies to anyone, it means that these guys cannot access any resources at all. Yeah, cool. Now now you can ask me, boss, what is policy? How can I see policies? What are the various types of policies? So I'll just show you just basic level on that. So you can search in IAM service, search here the IAM and click on IAM here, and then on the left side there is something called policies. Here, click on policies. Okay, now here so this is a screen where you will have three types of policies you have to remember. Okay, so what are the three types of policy is? So there are three types of policies. One is three types of policies. Yeah, here we go. So the three types of policies. So one is AWS managed policy. The other one is customer or custom managed policy. The other one is inline policy. Okay, so these three things are important. So let's talk about the first one. Okay, so what do you mean by first one? Okay, before we jump into the types of policy, let's talk about what exactly the policy is. So policy is nothing but it is a simple document in a specific format. Okay, so we call it as a JSON format. Okay, so JSON is nothing but a JavaScript object notation format. So it will be, so a policy is a JSON document format. Okay, so it has its own syntax. So it has its own document, and so you will just formally state which resources you need permissions and which resources you don't want. Okay, now I'll show you a simple example. In my previous videos, if you have seen, I always give some administrator policies. Okay, so I'm just searching for administrator, so I've got administrator access here. This is one of the policy. So I'm clicking on this. Okay, now so in this policy you have policy ARN. ARN is nothing but it's an Amazon resource name, which is a unique unique identity given to each and every services and each and every resources inside the services. So so this is the unique one. So just remember, ARN is a unique ID, and this is a description. So what is a description for this administrator access? It's nothing but it provides full access to all the AWS services and the resources. Okay, so it means that it is a complete admin access. Okay, now here under permissions there are two tabs. Okay, one is the policy summary and the other one is a JSON. Okay, so JSON is nothing but JavaScript object notation. So JSON is nothing but JavaScript object notation. So always remember the JSON document will start with the open curly braces and close curly braces. Okay, this is one thing. And the next one is it has a key value pair. So this is a key and this is a value. Remember that. Okay, so I'll just show you this one more time. So this is a key and this is a value. Okay, so this is a key and this is a value. So key always will be in double quotes, value will always be in double quotes. Okay, okay, just for the explanation purpose in simple way, let me copy this. Let me open it in just give me a minute. Okay, let me paste it here itself. Okay, perfect, guys. Okay, so Samir, this is one of the JSON document for full administrator access policy. Okay, now always remember what I've said was, so this one, okay, so this one and this one, okay, these two things are very important too for the JSON document, for a policy document. Okay, I'm just making it very simple. So if you have to start your JSON document with this, and this is your key and this is your value. Okay, key, this is key and this is value. Okay, so likewise this is a key and inside this you have another key and this is value. So likewise this is a key and this is the value. So likewise for resources as well. So this is a key and this is the value. Okay, now this is a mandatory step. So for a layman, okay, who doesn't have any experience you know on these things, so how can we resolve this? Okay, just give me a minute. So I'm just copying the same code here. Okay guys, so this one, this line is mandatory. You have to add it in your policy document. Okay, and this one is also mandatory. Okay, and this one also mandatory. Okay, now I always will have it in you know just to remember this, EAR, which is nothing but our ears. Okay, so E is for effect, A is for action, and R is for resource. So what this version is the one which Amazon is using for the JSON policy. This is updated one, so make sure that you add this version number, don't change anything. And this is the statement is a keyword, and then you have to open this square bracket, and you have to end the square bracket for one statement. So what is the statement is effect means you are allowing something. Action means yes, where you're acting. So acting in the sense you are acting on all the services and resources. Star means all the services and resources with all your actions. That is what important. Actions means with all your, like for example, adding or removing or deleting something, or you're making something on that. Okay, so that we call it as an action. And resource means all your services and resources, all your services and resources. Okay, so this is the very you know it looks simple, but it is very powerful. Okay, so this is the full administrator access. Now Samir, what is the opposite for this? Okay, so I'll just show you what is the opposite of this document. For example, I'm just copying the same thing. Instead of allow, so what I will do is I'll just type D. Okay, DENY. Okay, and then I'm just typing star star star. So if you see the difference here we allowed everything, and here we are denying everything. So denying means it's a custom deny all policy. Okay, so everything will be denied. Okay, so there is one more thing I want to tell you. By default, okay, by default there is a concept here. So explicit So by default, there is something called first one, explicit deny. Second one, explicit allow. And then the third one, implicit deny. So just understand this procedure, this steps. What do you mean by explicit? Explicit is nothing but clearly you're mentioning something. Okay, so in the JSON document, okay, in the JSON document here, I'm just mentioning boss for okay, so explicit deny, explicit allow, and implicit deny. So let me type it again. So explicit deny and explicit allow and implicit deny. Okay, so in this things, for example, here, so here, so I'm talking about this policy. What I did here is I have done explicit deny. That means explicit deny. So this one is clearly I have added deny here. Okay, so explicit allow. So the other example, the original example which I want to talk about is this one. So this is explicit allow. So this one. Okay, so this one is explicit allow. Okay, explicit allow. And what do you mean by implicit deny? Implicit deny is nothing but you're not mentioning any kind of effect or any kind of action or resource. It means that default everything is denied. Okay, he will not have access to any of the resources. So understand these three principles. The first one, it will execute explicit deny, and then explicit allow, and then implicit deny. Say for example, in your JSON policy document, you have added like this. Okay, you have added like okay, let me open a screen, 1 minute. Okay, Yeah. So okay, here, so you have done like this. Say for example, S3. Okay, cool. So now you're done for one statement. Okay, you added something like this. Okay, allow S3, something, and in another statement you added something, deny S3. Now, if you ask me, Sami, which one will get precedence? Obviously, explicit deny will get precedence. This one, even if it runs also, there is no use because explicit deny will take first rank. And then second, it will execute explicit allow. And if you explicit allow also, it will not get effect. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so this is about different types of permissions. Explicit deny, you can do like this, D A D, DAD formula. So explicit deny, explicit allow, and implicit deny. Yeah, so I'll just show you something in practical now. So let's get into the practical things. Okay, here we go. Now this is the administrator access which I was talking about, and inside the policy summary, if you type the policy summary here, if you scroll down, if you scroll down, we have 314 services total. We have in this 314 services, all the 314 services are getting allowed full access. That's what this is, powerful administrator access. Okay, so that's what it says, all the 314 you can get it if you click on policy summary. And if you click on JSON here, so when you hit on JSON, the same thing. Okay, whatever you're seeing here, it just in the JSON document format. It says version, it's a default one. Syntax, statement is also a keyword. Inside this EAR formula, EAR, effect, action, resource. I'm allowing everything and whatever actions and on all the services and resources. So this is one thing. Okay, and if you want to give this to one particular user or group or role, then what you can do is just click on policy usage here, then you can click on add. I've already added this administrator access to one of the user called Samir_admin, and also to one role. Okay, so this is the easy way of reading the JSON document. Now if you want to see some other document, I'm just hitting on policies. So now let's see, let's type administrator. Okay, so we saw administrator access. So what is the difference between system administrator and administrator access? Let's see. So when I hit on system administrator, okay, if you see the description, it grants full access permission necessary to resources required for application and development operations. But though, if you hit on policy summary here, earlier in the administrator access, we saw around 314 services. Okay, but here it says out of 314 services, we are getting only 28. So it means that obviously this is not so powerful, as powerful as the administrator. It has something which is very less. So out of, only 28 services, it has full access or limited. So you can check here. Okay, so if you hit on JSON, obviously it will have a statement. Sorry, you'll have a statement, then action. So what are the various services, and then that's it. Okay, and let's see one more. So ADMI NISTRATOR. We saw system administrator, administrator access, and network administrator related to network administrator. There is something called, I think, power something power user. Yeah, power user access. Okay, so let's see what is this power user access. So power user access does, let's see the description. Power provides full access to AWS services and resources, but does not allow management of users and groups. So this is also kind of tricky. Okay, if you see the policy summary, it says 314 services of 314 services, but it says this guy, the power user guy, this power user policy person will not be able to do anything with the IAM. That's what it says. Okay. But even though it says 314 of 314 services. Okay, let me hit on JSON. If you see, okay, this says something on not action, nothing related to IAM, organization or account. I think this is where the main thing here. Okay, cool. Okay, perfect, guys. So that's all about the basics of policies. I'll just release the next video on how to how to create the policies, custom policy, and how to simulate a policy using policy generator. Yeah, so let's wait for next video. Thanks, guys.